I hate my job and I'm tired. This is my 12th episode of my lunch break and I just hate coming here. I put stickers on items and my boss tells me that I'm not going fast enough and I really don't care. I'm just tired of coming here and just doing the same thing over and over. I love sitting in my car just doing nothing. I don't know how long I can do this. I don't think I could do this forever. Um, well, I guess we could get into the episode. Normally I talk about sports, but today I don't want to. I just want to talk about this thing I saw. It's the Veiled Virgin. It's a stone. It's like a piece of stone. It looks like a head with like it looks like she's got something over her face. I guess they call it the veil. Man, I don't know how they did that, but I think they did that a long time ago. Yeah, they did that in year unknown. And then it says the statue was carved in Rome by Italian sculptor Giovanni Strazza from 1818 to 1875. So like 200 years ago, they didn't even have tools back then. So I don't know how they. I'm not sure how he did that, but I thought it was interesting. And it's located in Presentation Convent, St. John's. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting and looked cool. And I don't know how they made that. Maybe with a chisel, but that would be pretty insane. I guess I have like 20 minutes before I have to go back into work, but I just wanted to check in and talk about this. I thought it was pretty cool. I guess I'm gonna go now, but you can subscribe and I'll be back, I guess, on my next lunch break to talk about something else, and I don't know what it'll be, but probably something entertaining, I guess. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm in a better mood tomorrow. Alright, see ya. What I'm about to show you blew my mind. And it's my own personal opinion. You do not have to believe what I am about to show you. You can comment below all of your comments, and that is perfectly okay. I could be totally wrong, but I'm about to show you something pretty cool that I am interested in, and I thought was awesome. Welcome to episode 19 of my lunch break. Alright, now let's get into this. This first picture is a building that was in the World's Fair in Philadelphia. They had it open in the 1800s. You guys can look up the year that the Philadelphia World's Fair is. You know that I'm not lying. This is the 1800s. They said it was a half a mile long, this building. A half a mile long in the 1800s. What is going on here? Now remember, this is before power tools were created. They didn't have cranes or all that. So the first power tool was created in 1895. Okay, so this is pre-power tools. They built a half mile long building. Now the best part about it is that they tore it down. It's a horrible part about it, but the best part about it is that they tore it down, meaning that I'm guessing, in my own opinion, you don't have to believe me, but my guess is that this was here before, and they had to make a reason to tear it all down. And I think this was what all the World's Fairs were. Now, let's go on to the next picture. This is the Mark Hopkins Mansion in San Francisco, California. I'm sorry, but I thought that we were not building things like this in California. I thought we didn't go there until 1850. So what is this incredible mansion doing in San Francisco, California? What is going on? Okay, let's go to the next picture. The Cathedral of St. Paul. I'm sorry, but have you seen these cathedrals around the world? They're incredible. The architecture are things that we don't do today. And if you don't believe me, go look at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Europe that was burned on fire, and they're still trying to repair it. Okay, so look at that thing. Look at this thing. It's incredible. I mean, in Minnesota, what is going on here? This is United States of America. Why are we building? I thought this stuff was only in Europe. Next picture. What is this? This looks like ancient Greece. In America? What's going on? This was in Chicago in the 1800s. Okay. Look at the pillars on that thing. Incredible. The architecture and the stonework with no tools. They're telling us this is a chisel. You are telling me that you can hire a bunch of people and they can go chisel this stuff? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I don't care who you hire. You can hire 1 million people. I don't care how many people you hire. This is incredible work. What are they going to do? How are they going to carry all this stuff? And why is it destroyed? Why did they destroy all this stuff? You have to ask these questions at least. I mean, what in the world? That is incredible. Look at all that stuff. It's incredible. The pillars, I mean, what is this? Why did they do this? Why did they build this in the first place? A World's Fair? And then to knock it down, I mean, it's incredible. What does it even say on there? It says a bunch of stuff engraved into it. Ugh, right by the water like that? Incredible. Alright, let's go to the next picture. The Tower of Jewels. This is in America, people. What is going on here? This is pre-tools. Look at how small the people are. I mean, amazing. That doesn't look like anything we build today. Come on, if somebody built that today in America or anywhere, if somebody started building this, I think people would be incredibly impressed. We don't build like this at all. We haven't built like this for years, hundreds of years. What is this? Look at this thing. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, pillars up at the top of it with no cranes, remember, guys. No cranes. They didn't have a crane. No crane. How are they getting up there? They can't carry that stuff up there. Come on. I mean, well, you got a ladder, you're going to carry it. Look how little the people are. Look at that. Come on. All right, let's go to the next picture. This is St. Francis Xavier College Church. Amazing. These churches are not from we don't build like this. We don't build like this. I mean, remember, these are my opinions. You guys could think what you want. You think we build like this, then so be it. But we don't. There's no way. We don't build like this. These are incredible. Look at the circular windows in the middle there. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, I know, like, we all talk about the pyramids and stuff, but why not the stuff that's sitting right in front of us? Our buildings today are garbage. We build like box garbage buildings, and they last like 100 years and they're gone. This is in pristine condition after hundreds of years, I'm sure. This is way older than they're saying. Look at that thing. Let's go to the next picture. Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, with the mountains in the background. It's so cool. Look at that. It looks like a castle. It looks like a castle. Not a county building. Who builds their county building like this? Nobody's building their county building like this. Go to your local county building. We don't build like that. We don't. I don't care what it is. But why are they saying that they built this for their county building? Oh, man, amazing. It looks like a castle. It looks like an ancient castle. All right, let's go to the next picture. Okay, this is Chicago in 1893. What year did I say that the power tools were created? 1895. So we built this, supposedly, 2 years before the power tool. Okay? What the heck? What the heck? And what are we building it for? Why? And it's all knocked down now? None of the bits there. Maybe what do they have? The Field Museum? Soldier Field with the pillars. They do have some things that are still like that, but not all of this. This is incredible. We don't build like this. This is unbelievable. In Chicago, Illinois in 1893. Guys, what is going on? This is America? Alright, let's go to the next picture. What do you see? Well, I see a mountain. I don't know about that, but that's America? I don't know what that is. Let's go to the next picture. St. Louis, Missouri. 1904. So it looks like Chicago. It looks like it's the same builders. Yeah, it looks a lot different than today. I mean, it looks like garbage today. We don't build like that, guys. Look at that. The fountains and I mean, all the pillars. Oh, incredible. I mean, there was other types of builders building at this time period, that's for sure. There's no way. I can't say it enough. Do we build like this? I don't know. I don't think so. I've not seen it. Nothing in my town looks like that. Let's go to the next picture. Another one from St. Louis. Look at this. Wow. Incredible. Alright, next picture. Oh, okay. This is in Cincinnati, Ohio. You can see that they've covered up, like, incredible stonework with just brick. And the brick's falling apart. And the original is actually still intact perfectly. It's because we don't build like that anymore. They knew how to build incredibly well, it looks like, in my opinion. And they had like some sort of technology that they were able to like easily inscribe into this stone. I mean, the only way we can do that today is by molding, and they tell us that they didn't have molding back then. So what is this? Like, unbelievable. All right. Oh, let's go to the next picture. U.S. Capitol building. Wow. So it looks like they've got some sort of underground. Well, that wouldn't shock me. But it is crazy that it's built before. Look at that. Look at the pillars up top, too. Now, it looks like they do have underground stuff, which that is, like, I'm sure they do to hide people, or building. They don't want people to know where they are, you know. But still, like, who built the pillars underground? Or maybe did they fill it in? Or they must have filled it in, but wow, they did that? They were able to do that? I mean, that building is just like everything else we've looked at. About the pillars and the dome top. All the Capitol buildings do look like that. They all look the same, like the same builder, and we don't build like that anymore. Alright, let's go to the next building. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at them. I want to know who did that. I would love to have watched somebody do that. Nobody does this anymore. Nobody. This is crazy. This is so cool. I'm going to say it again. I'm probably annoying you guys, but I don't care. It's my own video, right? Look at that. Look at the circles and the arches and then the perfect patterns. I don't even think I could draw like that if you gave me a million years to draw like that. Unbelievable. Into, like, what is this? Like stone or some sort of amazing. I mean, maybe it's metal. I don't know. Wow. Alright, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. This is the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so it's sitting on like a star. Interesting. Okay, so in the middle of the water, they go out there and build a star. Okay, in 1930. That makes sense. Okay. Next picture. Next picture. Okay. Oh, it's the same building. Oh, look at that. There's a hole in the ground. 1903. Still there. Same building in the background. This is, what do they have, a subway back then? But they didn't have subways back then, so what is this hole doing in the ground? Alright, next picture. Okay, we're all done. But if you guys want me to do any other country, just let me know. I got all kinds of cool pictures. If you want me to do a different country, put it in the comments. I will do another country if you're interested. Hit the subscribe button, the like button if you want. And we could do this again, but this has been a fun lunch break. Very interesting in my opinion. You can believe what you want again. But yeah, I thought it was really cool and very interesting at the least, whether you want to believe it or not. If you think that we build like that, that's great. But I haven't seen it like that. So, alright, I'll see you guys later. Welcome to my lunch break. Welcome to my lunch break. What is going on? I have been looking at some stuff, and I saw you guys really liked my last video about Tartaria and the ancient world, so I decided I'm going to do another one. This is part 2, and these structures are incredible. They're nothing like what we built today. Absolutely incredible. Here's a door. It's just not the way we build today. How would they even put this on the hinges? Look at the size of the people. You can tell the difference between the sizes of things. Things used to be bigger. The horses were bigger, the people were bigger, the buildings were bigger. This is the Noble New Orleans cotton. This is built in New Orleans. This is Chicago. Chicago? I mean, we don't build like that now. Here is Iowa. Iowa in 1890. Look at this. Look at the people. Look at the people down there. I mean, no tools until 1895, guys. Don't forget that. No cranes. These people had to have incredible ladders, right? I mean, and super strength. How would they get... Look at those pillars. This is a train station, I believe, in New York. Just incredible. Look at these pictures, guys. Look at this. I mean, look at the doorway here in the train station. Look at the pillars and the architecture. That arch in the stone with no cranes. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, I always want to tell you guys I don't know anything. Like, I'm just researching, and I figured I'd share it with you guys because it's just so cool. Look at the ceiling there. I mean, this kind of stuff needs to be shared and looked at. Because it's gone, they demolished it. It's too bad. Really sad that they demolished it. This is in Mississippi in 1861. Are you kidding me? It's the same thing as in Italy. It's the exact same thing. In Mississippi? What was going on in Mississippi? This is Italy. Look at the architecture on this thing. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's beautiful. This is the same building. Look at this. Look at that. Look at just the architecture. I mean, the time it must have taken to build this stuff and the manpower. I mean, there had to be tools. You can't do this with the chisel, guys. You can't. I know they tell you that, but you can't. And here, this is underground, underneath all the buildings. When they take it away, there's actually stuff underneath. Look at this. Ready? Here, switch it. There we go. Look at this. Underneath regular houses. You guys, this looks like in the middle here, like a window, but really it was actually it was like a basement window. There's actually like the ground level was lower. Look at this one. Underneath cities. Look at the cars. Underneath the road is more houses and more stuff. Like they just built right on top of something. This is what people call the mud flood. There supposedly was a flood and buried all of the ancient stuff, so it could be more and more underneath that we don't know about. Check this clock out. I think it's the coolest clock in the world. I think it's the most accurate clock in the world, and they just leave it outside for everybody to see. But we don't make clocks like that, guys. We do not make clocks like that, and it follows the moon and the sun perfectly. Now, here is ancient maps. I think that this is a clear giveaway. Now, when we say Tartaria, it was an empire, and it means more than just that empire. It means ancient being brought. Now, look at this painting. This is a painting, and it looks exactly like, I mean, it looks like there's stuff underneath. So, if you take a look at the painting, and you look at this, it looks like it's the exact same building. It's rounded in the back, and it looks like there might be stuff underneath, based on the painting. Just incredible. Here is another huge doorway. I mean, a Detroit post office in Detroit, Michigan. I mean, come on.
What is this? This is amazing. I just thought that was a great picture. I'm not sure what that is. If you guys know, let me know. But I thought that was really cool and looks old. This, look at the architecture on this thing. Just incredible. Just unbelievable. It looks like it was like melted or something. Or amazing. Now here's where California is not even on the map. So the United States, and there's California off on the side. There's some water in between. Something happened, guys. Something happened. I'd love to hear all your guys' thoughts on this. Because I would love to learn more too. If you know something, let me know. Just amazing. There's California, another one. It's not attached to the United States. There's water in between. On the map, on many maps, not just one map. This is many, many maps. Just crazy. We're not told the true story, that's for sure. There is definitely something on maps. Just crazy. We're not told the true story, that's for sure. There is definitely something going on. If you guys want me to do another one of these, hit that like button, comment below, subscribe, let me know. I will do a part 3 if you guys are interested. I'm really interested in this, so I might as well share it with you since I'm doing it anyway. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.
These new Little Caesars Great Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Rosíssimo.
Welcome to my 30th episode of my lunch break, and today we're going to go over ancient buildings that were demolished about 30 to 40 years after they're built. So here we go. They say that this building was built in 1870 and demolished in 1910. The part that is true is that it was demolished in 1910. This is the original Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. So in 1870, they say this was built. If you take a look at this, that is, 25 years before the power tool. Okay. 1895 was when they created the power tool, so don't forget that. I always want to say that because that is important. There was no cranes and all that. This is in Edinburgh, Scotland. This is the insurance company building. If I've ever seen an insurance company building like that, I would think I'd just be shocked. They built this in 1905, they said, and demolished it in 1956. So it was around for 51 years, and, that insurance company just needed a better building. This just wasn't cutting it. They needed something much, much better, and I don't know, that architecture just wasn't holding up. This is the Royal Picardy Hotel. It was constructed in 1928 and officially opened 2 years later in 1930. And they demolished it 38 years later. Okay, so they're just, just knock it down. We're just going to get rid of that one. Here's a town hall in Sunderland, England, UK. It was opened in 1890 and demolished in 1971. So, just 80 years and just knock that thing down. That town hall, we got to get a new one. That one just isn't just not good enough, you know? It's just not good enough. Those pillars on the top, just, nah, we need a new one. It's been about 80 years. We need a new town hall. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get a new one. And if you notice, there's windows on the bottom. That's just for another day. I'll tell you guys more about that another time. Now, let's go to another place. This is in South Korea. The Keijo Post Office in Seoul, South Korea, built in 1915. It was destroyed during the Korean War. So these wars are really helpful for these people that want to destroy the buildings. I'm sure of it. I mean, I don't know anything, but I am sure of that. But let's continue. This is the Ring Theater in Vienna, Austria. It's built in 1872, and it was destroyed by a fire. What do you know? 10 years later, in 1881. So 9 years. Sure it was. This is amazing. The pillars on the second floor with that walkout, I mean, just incredible. Of course it was destroyed by a fire 10 years later. Let's continue to the Preston Town Hall. Here's another town hall that just isn't cutting it, guys. It's just not cutting it. We need better stuff. It was built in the UK and England. Built in 1862. Most of the building was destroyed by a fire. Oh, another fire in 1947, and was established and still used up until 1962. Oh, sorry, it was stabilized, so they rebuilt it a little bit, and then it was demolished until in 1962. Ah, yeah, 15 years later, get rid of it. New town hall. Oh, God, sorry for laughing. This was just... Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a hotel in Mississippi. If you guys have ever seen Mississippi hotels, they like to build them like this. In 1891. It was also destroyed by a fire again, in 1926. That's a good way to get rid of a Tartarian building, I would say, huh? Just incredible. I mean, Mississippi? Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. The Bryson Bone Break Block in Los Angeles, California in 1888. And they were just whipping these babies up in California, I guess, in 1888. So good, they made so many of them that they just knocked it down in 1934. Just demolished it. Not good enough. Again, chopped that one down in California, 1934. So they had that one up for about 30 to 40 years, and, they got enough use out of it, and just demolish it. Next up, we have the Galveston City Hall. Oh, this is in Texas, Texas, USA, in another 1888. Unbelievable. Just building these incredible structures all over in 1800s, huh? And just knocking them down. They must have been hard at work with those horses, No cranes, nothing. Just building them, knocking them down. They built it in 1888 and demolished it in 1966. Incredible. Just incredible. I mean, unbelievable. All right. Just put that clock up at the top and then knock it down. All right. Let's go to the next one. Cotton Exchange. This is an exchange place in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1883. So they just had this one up and they knocked it right down in 1920. Just needed a new one, I guess. It just wasn't up to their standards, and the architecture just wasn't good enough, wasn't cutting it. We needed a new style in 1920. All right, and that was just amazing. And let's go to the next one, the Euston Arch in London, England, UK. They built this one in 1837, so 60 years before the power tool. They must have had incredible ladders and very strong horses to carry all this stuff. And they knocked it down in 1962, right in time for everybody to see, and thank God we have pictures of it, because that baby is nice. Incredible. Look at those pillars. I mean, those are not just something we build like that. We don't build like that, okay? We don't. And we have cranes and tools, and we don't build like that. We could. I mean, we would if we could, but we don't. All right? Now, let's go to this one. This is a bank. let's just put some pillars on that bank and lions into the top. And this is in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia in 1856. The bank itself went out of business in 1884, and the building was demolished right after that. So they built this thing in 1856 and knock it down 30 years later. 28 to be exact. Why was this built in 1856 and we cannot build like that today? And then it's so easy to build that they just knock it down. Like it's nothing. Just knock it down. We'll build another one, All right. And this is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was built in 1874 and they knocked it down in 1935. Just incredible. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1874, so 21 years before the power tool. And they don't even have roads. Looks like no roads. They can build these huge, massive buildings, but no road. Can't build a road, and just incredible. This is Villa Knoop, Bremen, Germany. Built in 1873, knocked it right down, and 40 years later, 1912. Just get rid of that, baby. Knock it down. We don't like it anymore. Just not what we're looking for in 1912. Oh, God. Just not good enough for me. I just need it knocked down. Oh, God. Unbelievable. All right, guys. I'm done for today. This has been kind of long. Oh, one more. The Royal Arch, Dundee, Scotland. They built this thing in 1853. Knocked it down 110 years later, 1964. And they said they were going to rebuild this. But let's see. I'll read you the exact quote. The Dundee City Council has stated that they could never have rebuilt something like the Royal Arch, but granite paving slabs were put on the site of the arch. Okay, so they were able to put some slabs down, but they could never rebuild it, says the Dundee City Council in 2015. So, yeah, they were going to build, they had a petition and everything. Just couldn't do it anymore. I wonder why. I wonder why they couldn't build the replica. Very interesting. And if you can't rebuild it, why are you knocking it down? Why are you knocking it down? All right, guys, if you like this, hit the subscribe button. I will be making a lot more of these, and I was going to talk about star forts today, but I got a little sidetracked with this video, and I am glad I did, because these are things that people should be sharing and seeing, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments below, that'd be great. If you have anything to add or things you'd like me to share about, just comment below. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.
Hey everybody, today I want to go over what I think is possibly one of the most incredible things that we don't even know about, is that all of the mountains and hills and all the high lands, I think, could possibly be melted buildings, and then the grass just grows right on top of it, and it turns into rock, and over time it just deteriorates. But I'm going to prove it, and I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures here of mountains turning into buildings turning into mountains. And it's just incredible. I mean, if you look throughout the world, there's so many photographs and proofs of this. It's remarkable. It really is. And the fact that nobody knows about it is another, I think, crime. And I think that's a great thing that we're doing here, is we're all looking and researching together. And it's really, really cool. And, it makes you wonder, what could we be walking on every day? I mean, is it just every 400 years they wipe us out and then they destroy all the buildings somehow with some sort of, I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, that'd be great. Comment below and let me know. But my thoughts on it are that it is, I think all the land here is possibly just all created based on buildings and structures, and then we just build right on top of it. And there's so many things and evidence of this. Underneath cities, there are so many buildings that they've found, and I don't know. I also feel like maybe space space could be a thing where they're trying to make you look up so that you don't look down. You know, we also don't have the resources to just go digging around. Like, we can't just dig in our, you know, we don't have a shovel, like a huge shovel, you know, to go digging. And but even if we did, maybe they just destroyed it so well. But there are so many things around the world, though, that are not destroyed, and that there's like melted, like, rock forming on the building. Like, just, I mean, just doesn't make sense. I mean, when you really look at it, it's obvious that it's something. It's some sort of weapon or something that they had that melted these buildings and turned them into mountains. It's incredible. And if you look in the desert, you know, maybe I have a great theory about the desert. I would not be shocked if maybe the melting, whatever melted this stuff, just hit that area so much harder than it hit. Maybe, I mean, that might be where all the big structures were, where all the big cities were and everything. And this time around, it would just hit too hard last time that there's no grass there anymore. You know, it just destroyed and wiped out that whole area. I don't know. I mean, it's really interesting to look at these pictures and think about, but I do think that that's possible. I think that they have some sort of technology that they did not want us to see the old stuff. But there's leftovers, and we're figuring it out. I think we are. There's too much evidence of land that looks like land but has windows, and you're able to go inside of it. Just doesn't make sense if you're believing the mainstream narrative. But it makes a lot of sense if you think about it the way we're thinking about it, and open-minded and just looking with your eyes. Obviously, I mean, where do they think that all this land's coming from? You know, do they think that it's just appeared one day? I mean, I think it's very possible that it started out with no land, and over time we were able to create all of this land. And I mean, these are just theories, but maybe like as things got bigger and they just died in the water, and it just started forming land, you know, and it's just an idea. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just brainstorming at this point, but it's so much fun to think about and so much fun to look at. These pictures are so cool. And then one last thing I wanted to bring up is, if this is true, that all these mountains are actually old buildings, what kind of building was Mount Everest? And I mean, that could have been a huge structure. And also things in Antarctica, maybe they weren't able to wipe it out with their technology, and that's why we can't go there. They won't allow us with the Antarctic Peace Treaty, and all countries agree on that, and it's the only thing that all countries agree on. It's just very odd thing to agree on, that people are not allowed to explore land that we are born here, and where we want to explore there, and they're not allowing us. And I feel like that's going against our free will. And at that point, that's where they cross the line, because we do want to go there, we do want to explore, and they're not allowing it. So I don't know how that affects the whole system, but I know that we're supposed to have free will. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe and comment below if you have any extra things to add, or anything you'd like to say. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya. Can I prove we are a new civilization living among old world buildings in a single video? There's no way that all Capitol buildings look exactly the same, that they all have a different architect, right? Alright, here we are at the Texas State Capitol. The Capitol was made in 1988. It was constructed largely by a bunch of convicts, or migrant workers. There's a bunch of convicts building this. This only took 6 years and 10 months to build. This only took 6 years and 10 months to build. Did they have power tools in 1885? No, they did not. That didn't come until 1895. So 10 years before the power tool, they were able to construct this with convicts. Yeah, give me a break. All right, so here we are with the Mississippi State Capitol, and the history of it says that there were 14 architects that submitted plans in response to the architectural contest advertised through newspapers. Okay, so there was a contest to see who would make sure that this thing was going to get built, and a bunch of architects, 14 of them, submitted plans, and of course they picked the winner, and they chose Theodore C. Link of St. Louis, Missouri. He won the contest. Obviously, this is going to look different than all the other ones because it's a contest, right? So let's take a look at it. Of course it will. Let's reveal what it looks like. Oh, nope. It's exactly the same. I don't know how that works, but we run a contest with 14 people, and this guy just draws up this exact same structure that we're looking at all over the United States. Okay, here we are with the Arkansas State Capitol. And let's see who built this. Oh, it was a bunch of prisoners. Prisoners know how to build Tartarian buildings, I guess. Yeah. Why is this lady walking home? Why didn't she just take her car home? She's got this amazing building. Surely they have cars. Oh, okay. I guess they don't. Okay, so here we are at the Florida State Capitol. And let's scroll in and oh, there it is. Yep. They tore down the original. Okay, so here we are at the Minnesota State Capitol. They had a competition. There was 41 people that submitted their design, and I don't know why they have 41 people submitting a design when they're all exactly the same. So let's see if it's any different. And no, it's exactly the same as all the other ones. The Montana State Capitol. And in this one, they had two competitions. Okay, right off the bat. A design competition for a building that was conducted in 1896. So they wanted to do a competition. The winner was this guy. He won. A year later, they said that too much money. Yeah, so they're going to do another competition, of course. So there are two competitions to find out who's going to do this. The second one was won by Charles Bell. I wonder if they built anything different than all the other state capitals. I wonder why it would matter whether this guy won or this guy. Does it matter? Because they all look exactly the same. Here's a picture of the winning competition design. Okay. And there's the picture of it. So it looks exactly like all of the other ones. So this guy's design, George Mann, didn't win, but Arkansas is allowing him to use his design down here. So Arkansas and Montana better not look exactly the same. Let's see. Here's Montana. And let's see Arkansas. Oh, it is literally identical. Oh, here's the competition. Another competition to see who was going to design this thing. It was rejected, and another contest was started. Why do you need competitions if they all look the same? Let's see how it looks. I'm sure it'll look a little bit different. Oh, same thing. And the Utah scriptwriter got a little carried away, in my opinion. This is the best of them all. Supposedly they had 24 architecture firms compete to see who was going to be the best design and the winner. Some firms didn't want to compete because the pay wasn't high enough. So then it was down to the final 8 firms. Utah gave them 5 months to get these designs turned in. After a bunch of nonsense, which you can read here for yourself, they finally got it down to the final 2. Or you could say the championship. The committee finally took a vote and picked someone by a nail biter, 4-3 in the votes. And amazing. Just amazing. Nail biter. I think this sounds like the storyteller might have been drinking that night and been laughing having us read this. Okay, so after all of this, the Capitol building better friggin' look like something better than all the other ones. Alright, let's take a look at it. Oh, there it is. Oh, looks exactly the frickin' same as all the other ones. Now, in my opinion, these buildings are all too important to the controllers to knock down. So they have to simply keep them. They have to add them to the narrative and pretend like they were just built. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and comment below. I will be posting a lot more. I appreciate all the love, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya. Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I want to cover the Great Fires. Let's jump right in. We've all heard of the 1871 Chicago fire, about how the cow tipped over the candle and burned everything down. They even named their soccer team after it, so we've all seen it, the Chicago fire. Well, 1 or even 2 fires isn't very convincing. Fires happen, right? But the Chicago fire was the only city that burned down, right? Wait, Boston burned down a year later? After Chicago? Okay, well, that's 2 fires. Big deal. Like I said, 2 fires is nothing. Accidents happen. Cows tip over candles and burn everything down once in a while, right? It was the 1800s. What do you expect? Everything is going to burn down. They didn't have water. Okay, maybe they did have water, but they didn't know how to use it to put out a candle. Well, it is kind of weird. They knew how to build these incredible structures, but didn't know how to put out a fire. Well, whatever, let's continue. Oh, what? You're telling me that Seattle burned down in 1889? New York had a Great Fire? In 1835. What? Pittsburgh had a Great Fire too? 1845? No way. Portland? 1866. San Francisco? 1851? Destroyed as much as 3/4 of San Francisco? Are you joking? What the heck? Okay, well, that is kind of a lot, but who knows? Could be a coincidence, right? Well, why don't we just keep going until it's not a coincidence anymore? Let's do it. Dayton, 1882. The fire burns blocks of downtown Dayton. Guess we'll never see that again. Thanks a lot. St. Louis, Great Fire, 1849. Milwaukee, Great Fire, 1892. More than 440 buildings burned down. Charleston, 1861. What caused it? Cook Fire, lighting this whole city up on fire. It burned over 540 acres. You kidding me? Richmond, 1811. A theater fire. Burning everything down. Portsmouth, 1813. Destroyed 500 buildings. Wow. Galveston, 1885. Burned hundreds of homes across 40 city blocks. Who knows what kind of buildings are in here? Who knows what kind of structures we could have seen that they burned down? Atlanta Great Fire, 1917. Let's get Toronto involved in 1904. Destroyed a large section of downtown Toronto. 1904. Gone. Gone forever. Troy, 1862. Gone. Dallas, Texas. 1860. A fire consumed Dallas. Let's stick with Texas. And of course, Houston in 1912 was burned down. Blaze traveled more than a mile and a half. All of it is gone. Phoenix, 1916. It was caused by a spark from a generator, and the city's gone. Just destroyed because of another fire. No way did Philadelphia burn down, too. Yep, it did. This one is the craziest of them all. It was caused by a lighter that was found near a tree. Give me a break. It's basically every single major city. I think you guys get the point. It is every single major city in the USA and even Canada. Yet we only really hear about the one, which is Chicago. Why is that? Can we all agree that all of these major cities burning to the ground and destroying all of the stone buildings along the way in a time frame of about 80 years is a little odd? I could be wrong, but I think it may be time that we just agree the controllers destroyed these cities and the ancient buildings that were there. Not some children's story that a cow tipped over the candle and burned down the entire city. Let's get a little deeper. Ellis Island officially opened as an immigration station January 1st, 1892. 1892, on the money. New Year's Day. They began bringing these people over from Europe. Basically saying to us, hey everyone, come on over now. Everything is safe to look at now after we've burned everything down. Okay, so they burned things down for like a whole century. And then right after that, they say, all right guys, come on over. You know, it's safe, basically. Incredible. And for a little bonus, I just wanted to throw in this star fort. I thought it was incredible. I saw it, and I think it was cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. It's Fort de Nasa, Senhora de Graça in Portugal. I probably pronounced that wrong, but you guys get the point. I just wanted to let you guys know that I thought that was a really cool picture, and it's interesting. It's one of those things you can only see from an aerial view, so they built it knowing that, you know, you'd have to see it from above. Very, very cool. I'd love to go there one day. Really cool. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys subscribe, like, and comment below. All right, see you guys. Welcome back to my lunch break. Today I want to share with you guys, I took a trip to Scotland, did some boots on the ground work, and saw incredible things. This picture is me. I'm walking up to a castle. Now, I didn't realize that at the time of taking these pictures I was allowed to go in there, but there's been an update. I guess no one's allowed to go back in this castle, so good thing I went when I went. And I want you guys to know that at any point, if I'm missing something, just comment below. There's just so much to see, but these pictures are unbelievable. Let's begin. This building has been burned. There's been a fire, definitely burned. But anybody walking past this probably wouldn't understand that. Now what's weird is that it's burned at the bottom, I mean really badly. Up towards the top, it isn't really that burned, except for that corner in the back, which is just really incredible. It's called Linlithgow Palace. Here's another picture I took from the outside before I went in. You can see that it has been melted at the bottom here, clearly melted. I'm not sure if that's from a fire or what, but the stone is completely melted in these sections. They don't look like fireplaces. They have windows, so I don't know what happened. If maybe the weapon was able to come through these windows and hit right down below, and that's what happened. It came from the sky and went directly down. Unbelievable. Here I am up on the roof. I don't know why I was on the roof. That was probably a bad decision, but the old people knew how to build. They could hold me, and I'm still here, so thankful for that. Here seems like a vent, so they have ventilation systems. It doesn't make sense. Why would there be a vent in an ancient castle? Here I was taking a picture of the outside from the inside, and didn't even realize until now that these stones are for sure melted. They're totally melted and deformed. Yeah, if you look at this, you can see they built an arch all the way throughout the hallway with brick, and you can see the windows on the right. They just look incredible. Here I am upstairs, and you can see down into that same area that I was talking about that looked like it got melted. And here's a staircase. They built a staircase that spiraled up. Okay, we can clearly see that there's brick that's turned black. This is a sign of fire of some sort. I don't know if it was a house fire, because it would have been all of the brick throughout the whole place, but it's not. So it looked like it's directed at some specific spot, which is interesting. Here I am again on the inside, just looking around. Now this is a crazy picture. So the roof is gone, but everything else is here. There's stone that's like chipped away up here, like the whole section is just gone. And then there's pillars down at the bottom. This is incredible. You can see the stands they have on the side, on the right hand side, where they put something, and then you can see the fire that was here. There's burned brick everywhere. But that chunk of brick is just shocking. What is going on there? Here we have another hallway with stairs at the end of it, and now I went into the basement down here. It looks more like a dungeon, like somewhere you'd keep prisoners. And it is a prison. Now, this is the middle of the castle, and on this thing in the middle is a mermaid. Definitely looks like they're telling you something. This is an interesting picture. For one, there's some sort of like crown and something else going on at the top of this. I don't know if you guys know what that is. And then they've got like two spots here where something used to be for sure. And if you keep going down, the stone is like two different colors. Very clearly, like something was running down here, or something was going on. Something was blocking this area before. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm back on the outside, and there is definitely like some sort of tech, because if you look above it, you can see birds flying right above it, and they would not move that spot. They were just flying right around that area. So I don't know what that is, but I don't know if it's just for show. Okay, now we're entering the Edinburgh Castle, and this thing is on a giant hill, so who knows what's underneath it. We're able to see the side here, and there's clearly melting. Clear melting right there. Bricks are melting right off the side. No doubt about it. You can't even question that. That's just clear melting. So now we come inside, and have you ever seen anything like this? That is bricks flowing, completely melted. Just incredible. Okay, so we're back into like the middle part of this castle. It's like a little community in one. So there's like separate buildings within the same castle. But if you look at the architecture on this building in the castle, it's clear that we don't make stuff like this now. The architecture on this is just incredible. If you look at the windows even, look at the tops of the windows. And then there's like people in the building made with brick or stone. The tops of the building look like they're burned. They're black and the rest of it is not. You can see that they've taken whatever used to be there and taken that out. and put something new in there to try to distract you from seeing if there's actually something incredible built on the wall or built into the wall. And here's another example of that. Same thing. Here, I took a picture of the crown jewels, and you are not supposed to do that, so don't tell anybody. Okay, I started walking around this place, and I see a snake molding stone artwork on the wall. I was doing more walking around, and I saw this, where the stone was burned black, and look at this artwork around the window. And up here, you can see there's tech, and there's still the tech today. I'm sure it still works, but only they know how to use it, I'm sure. Otherwise, they'd get rid of it, right? My best guess is that they still get a benefit out of it. Otherwise, that would have been gone a long time ago. They don't want us seeing that. Just my best guess. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, here we go with their bogus storytelling. This chapel we're about to look at was made in 1100. Even the note on here says it was probably part of a great stone tower. Just making stuff up. It is old, I'm sure. I think they're admitting that, but or they're definitely not telling us about what it really is. Okay, so now I'm walking around more. I see some burning on the right, burning of the stone. And what is this? Melted stone? Yeah, that's definitely melted. Right next to us while we're all walking by. Incredible. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys one thing. In Google Maps, I didn't get to see this, but I did want to show you it. Look at this thing. Definitely the kind of area we're talking about here. It's right down the street from the Edinburgh Castle. You can see what I'm talking about. There are tons of old world buildings all over the place in Edinburgh. I'm standing on top of the Edinburgh Castle, and right over here I'm looking, and there's this massive hill, and it has a clear shape to it. It's not an ordinary hill. This definitely was something, whether it was a building or something else, maybe like something living, but it definitely looks like we got a straight upward turn right there. Who knows, maybe it was another castle, but one thing's for sure, it's not just a hill. Cool picture. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Now here's more burning on the side of the building. Definitely a fire. It's weird it didn't get all the stone, just parts of it. Here they say they kept people prisoned in this hallway. There's definitely some weird spots on the stone here. It looks like it's warped or something. Here we have an engraving, and the date is 1780. Interesting. Considering they say that it was built in 1103. So at this point I left the castle, and I wanted to see what else they had around town that was from the old world. And the more I looked around, it seemed like everything was from the old world. You can see in the background here, the windows are just incredible. Here is this is a restaurant, if you can believe it. We all know that that's not what it was made for. Here looks like melted pillars, totally melted, clear as day. This one you can see they have like 2 different materials to build this building. What is going on here? And then this was just incredible. This cathedral was unbelievable. The pictures are just breathtaking. Being there was like, I thought I was in a different world. Here's this guy riding his bike on the cathedral. Little does he know what he's doing. He is riding his bike on old world Tartarian stuff, and he has no idea. Here's a peek from the inside, and you can see the ceilings are just incredible with pillars along the sides. Just so cool. Incredible. From the bottom to the top, the whole thing's just incredible. Here, this is definitely a Tartarian bridge. Tartarian style, at least. This is not the way we build today, and we all know it. Again, I want to say that if you guys see something that I don't, just go ahead and comment below, point it out. And I think that that's great for the whole community to work together and point everything out. Let's find it all. I edited this picture a little bit, but it definitely has tech on top of that clock, as you can see from this angle as well. Definitely has something on top of there that is from the old world. Here's more incredible architecture, just not the way we build today. A lot of burning stone brick. It fades right here on the right hand side from light brick to dark brick. Something hit up top here. Just weird. Same with this one. Incredible architecture. All over the place. It's all the same. Just incredible. And this was mind-blowing. I don't know what happened to this. It looks like something hit it. It just has indented dots. It's just crazy. I couldn't believe my eyes. Here it looks like it's melting from the bottom, this castle. It has melting under, like, on the ground level. You can see it all over. It's really incredible. It wouldn't shock me if there's something underneath the ground. More of that building. Here's a bunch of people just standing around with an owl, and they don't even see what's in the background. Time to open up the eyes. Take a look around. Amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making lots more videos. I'm going to be going to Chicago soon and checking out the suburb area and seeing what kind of ancient buildings we can find there. I think the suburban Chicago area is filled with it, and I'm going to prove it. I hope you guys subscribe, like, comment below, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. See ya.